Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and happy Wednesday. So we're here with another box from my boxed lunch series, which comes out Wednesdays around noon Eastern time. I say around noon because I schedule it to come out at noon, but sometimes it comes out at noon 10, noon 30. I don't know. So around noonish. All right. So today's random item is the Starbucks cookies. Excuse my cookies for being all smashed up because they were in my luggage. Well, they were in my carry-on. I got these at the airport. So I know they have these all over. So we're going to go ahead and do a box for this. Excuse my voice. I have a sinus infection again. Surprise, surprise. So again, when you have an item that the flaps are flappy, you need to decide if you want to close your flaps or make the box big enough to accommodate the flaps. This one, I'm just going to go with whatever the easiest measurement is, which looks like it's going to be 3.5 by 3.5 because we're just going to make a square. So we're going to do 3.5 by 3.5 by 1 because these cookies, they thick. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so I got 1, half, 3.5 up and down, or up and left and right. All right, let's math it. So 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10 by, let's math it down. 3, 4, 5, 6.5. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Okay. So on the long side, which is going to be our red side, we need to score at 1, 4.5, 5.5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and maybe 9. We'll check that. And then on the short side, we need to score it at 1 and 1.5 on both sides. That one was easy to math. All right, so let's get our paper. I'm using Misty Moonlight right now because that is the paper collection I have sitting right here on my desk from a different project I'm working on. All right, so 6.5 by 10. All right, long side. So let's get our cheat sheet out. If you don't want to math it, there's a couple different ways. You can come up on here and take your ruler, mark it. Okay, I know I need 1 inch. Now I need 3.5 inches. So come back over here at that 1 inch and then mark it at 3.5. And then come back, mark it at 1, mark it at 3.5. So you can do all of that if you don't want to math it. That is the easiest cheater way. I guess not really a cheater way, it's work efficiently if you don't want to math it. But I was okay with these measurements. So 1 and then 4.5. Need to add an inch to that, so that'd be 5.5. And then usually with my last measurement, I pull it all the way over and 1 inch there. And let's see if I've mathed correctly. Yep, 9. So 1, 4.5, 5.5, and 9. And then on the short side, I need an inch. Well, I need 1/2 inch for the flap. So 1/2 inch and then 1.5 on both sides. So do it this, so score it at half, or no. Yeah, I need to score it at 1/2 inch and then 1.5. Sorry about that. The measurements are correct in the description box. So score it at 1/2 inch and then 1.5. Okay, let me make a note on here so when I do the introduction, I will tell you where I made this mistake in the beginning. So hopefully you listened. All right, if you want it for the full way, it's 1/2 inch, 1.5, 5, and 6. Okay. All right. Now, same thing we do every time. Let me go ahead and varnish so you can see these lines a little bit. You can cut or varnish first. You guys see me doing it both ways. Normally I cut first, but this paper is kind of hard to see the lines because for whatever reason, this color changes my screen yellow. So, okay. Right. All right. Put your paper where your 1/2 inch score marks are on the top. This is starting position. Get your scissors. Same routine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut all those off. Whatever you do to the top, you need to do to the bottom and vice versa. Okay. Cut those off. And cut those up. You can always save these pieces and make like little tags out of them. But I have come accustomed to just throwing them away because I used to be a cardstock scrap hoarder, which I would save all those little scraps and it just becomes overwhelming. So just condition yourself to throw them away unless you're going to use it for the same exact project. I throw everything in like a little recycle bin. Like this is obviously it's not this one. I have one of these on the floor. Once I'm done with my project, I take everything out of here and throw it in the the trash. Here they don't recycle, but in the States I recycle my cardstock in the recycling bin. But yeah, so you just keep it just for this project. After that, toss it. Don't be a cardstock scrap hoarder. All right, so, and that's just those little pieces I'm talking about, like this. You know, you may use it for this project, but, you know, toss it. If you want a big piece, or not want, if you have a big piece, keep that because you can use it for something else. But the little slivers, we don't need. All right, so all I did was cut up the score line, cutting off some of the tab, your preference. What we do to the bottom, we need to do to the top. Yes, I'm going a bit faster than normal because you guys should have been following me. And you've seen me make these boxes, you know, hundreds of times. And it's the same repetition. You guys should be box masters now. Okay. And then, yes, I did miter these corners. Okay. That's going to go over a little bit, so I'm just going to cut off a sliver off of here. This glue bottle, this one in particular, just clogs every time. And I don't know why. It's the same exact as the other one. Alright. Those are just stainless steel sewing pins I got from Amazon. It's a whole pack for like super cheap. I just put a few in a Tic Tac container, so I have them handy at all times. All right, and then I'm just gonna close this up. Where's my towel? Okay. I'm gonna corner round using the 1/4 inch. Okay. Now we're going to test our box to make sure our measurements were correct, which I'm confident they are, and they are. How perfect. You can put it in either way. It's a little big. You could probably fit, well, if I turn it this way, it fits perfectly with the flats. If I turn it vertically, I have a little bit of room that I could probably fit one of those little coffee, you know, the little coffee tubes, like the Folgers or whatever. I could probably fit one of those in there comfortably. Actually, I might have one. I don't have an actual coffee tube, but I have these sugar sticks that are the same. If you put two of them together, they're the same size as a coffee tube. And yeah, that fits perfectly, depending on the height. So you can fit that in there, whatever you want. It's just a tiny little bit of room. Or you can turn your cookies toward the flaps. There you go. Actually, and then you could probably fit one of those tubes up there. But anyway, so there's that. Super fun. I'm gonna go ahead and decorate this real quick. So I'm gonna take that out, and I'm going to get my paper collection. It's just a Stampin' Up! Very cute. And I think I'm gonna use a cut card, but I already put those away. So let's see. That fits perfectly. If anything smaller, I just like to use scraps for these because, again, we're going to make these for our craft shows, and people are just going to throw them away. Okay, I'm going to use that. Excuse me. And no, this one is actually staying with me. And okay, here's my weirdness about these. I don't like to chop the heads off of animals or people when I'm cutting paper. It weirds me out. I can't do it. So I try not to cut off heads and stuff as best as I can. Paper trimmer. So that's 3.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to do this 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. So like when I had to cut this one and I had to cut his head off, I was distraught. I don't like it. I know it's paper, but made me feel some type of way. Okay, I like that. And then we are going to use the stickers and just make a quick little thing on here. Okay, where's my towel? There we go. Perfect. And the stickers. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. We got warm and cozy. We got joy. Okay. Let's go with, I'm gonna add one little gift. And then I wanna add the word joy. There we go. You can add little gems and stuff if you want to. You can add a bow, whatever you like. But again, I'm keeping them very simple. And you can do the backs if you want. I would, if I was giving this away to a friend or, you know, coworker or whatever, I would probably do the back. But at craft shows, I'm not going to do the back. I'm just going to do the front. I'm sure that was crooked. I'm gonna make sure it's straight. And that's it. Perfect. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.